Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. What are we doing today? We are going to do a simulated shoulder shot, or deer simulated. We're going to see if these are going to be some bunker busters on the deer. Are they going to go in, blow up, and not exit? That's what we want. We want it to come in, wham, and then kabam, and nothing after that. Alright folks, here we go. We got a simulated shoulder shot on a deer. Absolute science going on here. What we have, we're going to be taking a shot at 100 yards. We have our muscle right here, a little bit of spam. We got our simulated shoulder blade right here. We have our innards, perfectly matched, homemade, internal organs, designed, special blend here. We have in the middle, we have a, I'm leaving it as a wheel, modeling clay. Simulate the heart because I don't want to sit there and make it as a little tight ball because it'll be thicker and denser. I want to keep it like that. And then we got another lung on the back side right here. What I'm hoping is I'm kind of thinking that bullet is going to be not blasting through this last one anyway. That's what I'm hoping. We're going to take a second shot. We got enough muscle material here too because we were off the left just a hair. Alright, here we go. Second chance. We just barely nicked it. There we go. Definitely got a more solid hit on our muscle material. Squared up on our ballistic internal simulated deer parts right here. Still a small hole coming out. It did not blow it up. Note that. Good solid hole right in the middle of the shoulder blade. This was the first board right here that we knocked after the first lung material. That's what we did. Right there. 2.5 pounds of clay. Let's recap real quick. We hit the muscle material, hit the shoulder blade, went into the first set of simulated internals, blew up the heart, and we are stuck in the second set of simulated innards. Highly scientific here, folks. Highly scientific. But even though it's not, it still gets the story across. You also notice the jug from the shot. That's how I was wondering, is it going to knock it off? So we got a solid punch, and it's not chaotic on the backside. That's what I'm looking for in a 45-70, because most people that hunt with 45-70s know that a lot of the ammunition out there, if you shoot into that front shoulder, you're blowing that back shoulder off. We got a solid slug. That's a good deal. That is a good deal. That's what I wanted to know. Right there. Yeehaw! This is what our innards comprise of. If you're wondering, hopefully you can see this. That is beans, rice, and jello, water, put in the refrigerator, and there we go. It's a good combination. I mean, it ain't the greatest, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty accurate. That's the entry hole right there for you. Just letting you know, giving you all a look at that. We didn't blow it up. There wasn't no mass expansion. We did blow the clay up. We'll get this back to the table. Take a look at it. I need to have some wet wipes down here. Smoky oak. Cutting back. Alright, showing this. This is going to be before I start talking about the bullet and stuff itself. This, because I forgot to show it, so I'm just throwing this in at the beginning. This is the spam was right here, the can of spam. That's the bullet hole we got going through. Alright folks, here we go. We're back. This is the simulated shoulder shot. We're averaging our speed is about 1941 feet per second, and with the calculator it's about 2505 on the pounds of energy. And we did what we wanted to do. We achieved our objective. We went from that to that, so that's pretty awesome. And basically went in, hit the muscle, the spam, punched the board, and then hit our first jug of simulated innards. Blew up the big 2.5 pound chunk of clay, blew that up, which would have been the heart, and then lodged into the next chunk of our simulated innards. So we didn't have an next one, and that's what I was wanting, where this goes in, blows everything up, and doesn't exit. There was one other bullet that I found that would actually do that, and that was Remington's semi-jacketed hollow points. I could sit there and you could take the shot. That's what I want to do with these. You don't have to worry. You could you just square up on the shoulder, and you're gonna go in. Yeah, you're gonna have that little bit of bad meat right there around the bullet hole, the entry hole. But you square up on that, and it's not gonna over penetrate. It's not gonna exit. And these big bullets are enough to basically drop the deer on the spot. You might have it run about 20 yards. That's about it. But that's what we are planning with these. So that is actually a good deal. Did what we want. Came up with our bullet load, because those Remington, those semi-jacketed, I mean, hell, it's all 45-70s are just getting outrageous on the price for ammunition. Let's see what we got out of 300 grains. 273.6. That is a lot of retention right there. That is a big slug. That energy being released inside that chest cavity of a deer. Like I said, that's all she wrote. That is gonna be an outstanding ground checker. Almost 3/4 of an inch. That's awesome. Top to bottom, 5.1, 90. Smashed it down by half. So there you go. Mission accomplished. This is, I mean, I consider these are my deer bunker busters right here. That's what I used to call the Remington semi-jacketed hollow points. The 305 grain, I think is what they are, or the 350s. I'd call them my deer bunker busters, and that's going to be the new and improved deer bunker buster. So we didn't break up. We're keeping solid pieces. Blowing up the heart. It's a good deal. Thanks for watching.